Hello guys, welcome in W3 School India channel. So guys, basically today topic is HTML comments. So what is a HTML comment tag? Basically, you can add the comment to your HTML source code by using the following syntax. You can see this is the syntax of using the comments in our source code. So here the explanation symbol is given at the starting of tag, not at the ending of a tag. So it is a notice. So one of the most important things, the explanations points means it have to at the starting point, not at the end. So how to use the comments on your source code is, so here some example is given. You can see with the comments you can place notifications and the reminders in your HTML code is. So what is mean by it, guys? The comments is also using for displaying message to us, means to the developers, uh, and the comments is also used for hiding the contents from the web browsers. So here we are going to add the comments, like here you know how to add the comments on your source code is. So here is some example is given. You can see I'm going to try it basically. So here you can see the comments is given on this text as well as this text. So I'm going to remove this. You can easily understand what the comments elements basically. You can see I'm going to use a simple one simple p elements, means this is a paragraph. So you can see this is a paragraph. I use in a paragraph, as well as I'm going to use also a h1 elements, means h1 elements. So yeah, sorry, h1 elements. This is a heading. So you can see over here I'm using the h1 elements as well as the p elements, means it will execute as it is. So yes, I'm make a theme. So this so you can see, guys, if I want to make a comments, like I have to here is the what is in the comments. So basically the comments is use the notifications as well as the reminders for like a message. So I have to make a message to ourselves, like here I'm using the h1 elements as well as the p elements. So how do I make a comments to ourselves? So here I'm going to make a comment. So here here I am using h1 elements and p elements, sorry, p elements. So you can see this is a message to display me, means to the users. So if I will run it, you can see the contents will as it is execute on a browser. So what the comments will do, the comments cannot be execute on a browser, means it is not the display on a browsers. So I have to use how to use the command. So I'm going to use the command. So you can see the explanation symbol at the starting of the tag is, I am at the end of this hyphen hyphen and the close. So you can see if I'm going to run these commands, the comments is not displayed on a web browser. So you can see over here the comments is automatically unvisible, means it is a display none. Basically the comments is not displayed on a web browsers. So the comments is also using for the display a message to ourselves, means the developers. In this code we are using the h1 elements as well as the p elements, or any of the comments or any of the messages you can easily display. And the next one, guys, is hide the contents. How to hide the contents from a web browsers? So the comments can use to hide the contents. This can help you to hide the contents as a temporary, not a permanence. So I'm going to take one example over here. You can see, so this one is our contents. So which one is displayed on a web browser basically. So I have to hide this one of these tags, like I have to hide the p elements. So what I should we do? So you can see over here I'm going to use the p elements, hide the p elements. So I display over here message, some message, hiding p elements, p element. So you can see p elements. So I display a message over here, you can see. So I'm going to use the comments for this message. So I'll use the comments, I'm hiding these p elements. So yeah, how to hide the p elements? So you can see I have to use just the explanations and hyphen hyphen at the end of a hyphen hyphen as the bracket. You can see these comments means the p elements is the comments, which one is the display on the web browsers. Over here you can see this is the display on the web browser. So after running the we had, oh, you can see we had use the comment elements, so comment tag. So you can, what is in the comments, basically the comments is not displayed on the web browsers. So the p elements means the contents will not display on the web browsers. You can see over here the p elements is not displayed on the web browsers. So basically the comments is also used to hide the contents on the web browsers. And over here the next one, guys, is what is the next point? okay guys, multiple comments or multi-lines comments means, what is meant by multi-lines comments? Basically you can see over here, I'm going to remove this board. So here I'm going to take one example, just like a copy these comments and the over paste over here. So you can see here I'm going to remove this board, and I'm going to copy this board. You can see I'm going to copy these comments as the enter as a. So you can see I had using a multiple p elements. Okay guys, so I have to make a more than one means more than one lines comments. So how to make a multiple lines comments? So basically here you can see this is a single line comment. So this is a single line comment. So you can see guys, I'm going to make a comment over here. This is a single line comment. So these are basically the single line comment I am going to display over here. So like I'm using over here the p elements. Already I use the p elements, so I can take over this all p elements. So here you can see I'm going to make a single line comment. So this is basically what is a single line comment. So like I have to make a just these p elements, comments in the comments. So I have to use the comment elements over here. You can see I'm the using the elements comments elements over here. So what is in the it? So you can say I'm going to execute it. So here is the 4p elements, and over this is the 5 elements. So the first elements is not displayed on a web browser, so you can see. So basically if we are making a one line comments, any of the one lines in the source code is comments, so it is known as a single lines comments. And what is a multiple lines comments? You can see multiple line comment. So basically what is the multiple lines comments guys? You can see over here the multiple lines comments is more than one lines. We are making the more than one lines comments over here. You can see I have a 4 elements of a p elements, so I have to make all these 3 elements as a comments. So I can also choose the comment elements over here. So it is known as the multiples comments, because here we had used the more than one lines. So you can see here we had used the more than one line, so it is a multiple lines comments. Here we had used only one paragraph, so it is a single line comments. So I hope guys you will understand the single lines comments as well as the multiple line comments. And the next one guys is hide inline contents. How to hide the inline contents? Basically over here you can see I'm going to remove this no, not a remove, yeah, I had already copied the p element. So you can see like I am going to take a p elements. So here you can see I will take a 4 p elements. I'm going to remove this. So where you can see I had take a 4 p elements, so I have to hide this is a paragraph, so I have to hide these contents, means this paragraph text. So I can also hide this text, specific this text. So over here I have to also use the comments as given what is the syntax of a comments are. So I'm going to hide this paragraph. You can see this is so in this paragraph we had hide the paragraphs text, means this text is hide, which means it is not displayed on a web browser. So you can see, so basically we can also use the comments by hiding some contents on a web browsers, as well as some hiding the HTMLs, so HTML's elements or tags. So we can easily using a comment tag we can easily hide any of the contents or any of the heading elements, means HTML elements from a web browsers. So basically so here you can see some example is given over here. I'm going to copy this text. You can also see over here the difference between all this. So here I'm going to remove the comment. So you can see what is a syntax, means what is a web browser is displaying output as a. So this is a gray text in a paragraph, so I have to comment this text as a gray text. So I have to use the explain methods hyphens and the guys. Here there is not a mean you have to use only 2 hyphens. You can also use 3 hyphen, 4 hyphen, 5 hyphen as equals to for starting of hyphen. So here I am using 3 4 5 hyphens, so I have to also use 5 hyphen over here. You can see this is also execute. So you can also use many more hyphens. There is not a means for using 2 3. You can also use as well as 1 hyphens, so it will not get some errors. The main is explain methods icons, so it is most important to while using the comments. And the guys next point is some exercises given over here. You can see we have to use the comment. You can see use the HTML comments to make comments out of this is a contents text. So we have here is a given, this is the contents, this is the comments. So we have to make this text as a comment. So I have to use comment text. Basically you can see over here hyphen hyphen, and at the end of a two hyphens and the close. I'm going to submit the answer. You can see over here and the submit answer over here. So guys, basically it is a wrong or correct. Yeah, it is a correct. So guys, I hope you will understand how to use the comment elements in the web browsers, and how to basically the comment elements is also used to display some message to the users. We had already seen at the starting of the examples. So I hope guys you will understand what is the comments and the single comments as well as the multi-lines comments. And on the next video, like guys, we will going to run the colors. What is the colors basically? And thanks for watching guys. Please make share these channels, and please support us to subscribe more.